today. From Las Vegas, Nevada, it's the 2021 AFC NFC Pro Bowl. It's the home team taking on the visiting team.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Well, we are a week away from Super Bowl 55 in Tampa, but the very best players in the NFL have made the trip out to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, it's the Pro Bowl. You never really know what to expect, so I guess I'll ask you, what do you expect?
Well, in recent years, it has turned into an absolute offensive explosion, hasn't it? Games in the 50s are not out of line. What you're hoping is that some of these great defenders have the chance to adjust and react and maybe narrow that down a little bit, but I will say, this game is tilted heavily towards the offense's advantage.
So out comes the NFC for their opening drive. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
And no doubt about it, it was a banner year for quarterbacks in the NFC. A number of guys could very well have been selected for this. But I thought he stood out. I thought he found a way to separate himself from the pack. And he's been rewarded as the starting quarterback in the Pro Bowl. Definitely the right choice in my book.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll get this into the hands of Mostert. There he goes, right side. Touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 74 yards. And the NFC has taken the early lead. So the NFC with our first touchdown of the game. And, of course, we'll probably see some offense in this one. I don't know, though, that we'll see what we saw in 2013 when the NFC posted 62 points.
You talk about pyrotechnics. That was crazy, even for a Pro Bowl. 62 points. I think you wore out your voice in that one, talking about all the touchdowns that were scored.
I would love to see 63 or more, though, I got to tell you. All about offense in this thing.
Pro Bowl offense. Let's go.
His kick is good, and the NFC goes up 7-0. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. To return it, Darius Phillips. And able to get this out to the 25. So here comes the AFC for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2018 draft, the Oklahoma Sooner, Baker Mayfield.
I know he's not showing it on the outside, but inside, he's got to be celebrating because think about all the quarterbacking we saw in the AFC this year. 5 or 6 guys could have earned this honor. He got the nod, a real feather in his cap.
First carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now Joe Mixon. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker. Holding offense.
Don't do us like that.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
And that is incomplete. So The defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10. So now we'll get our second look in this game at the NFC offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Here's a good way to kick off the drive, complete over the middle. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Got the connection here aboard. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. It's another 1st down and what'll be a gain of 21 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game. That time, unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And he is in. Touchdown NFC. Raheem Mostert with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the NFC able to widen their advantage. Great play, but admittedly, the tackling in the Pro Bowl, Charles, not always the best.
I would say that they're not quite as committed to getting a guy on the ground in the Pro Bowl as maybe during the regular season and, of course, in the playoffs. But still, heck of an individual effort there on that run.
Extra point try for Gostkowski. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. On the return, Phillips. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
First and 10 at their own 26.
So now the AFC offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And on the stop, Casey.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Mixon with it. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Mayfield lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now fourth down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Here's Jordan Berry now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Just outside the 30. A good return there, 17 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great, if that's where you're going.
The protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burke, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down. Now Gostkowski will come on to try a field goal. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Team 14, visitors nothing. Stephen Gostkowski on for the field goal. A 42-yard attempt.
And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0.
Visitors nothing.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through this time in the Pro Bowl.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. On the return, Phillips. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The AFC see about ready to take over on offense. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving into more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. They'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
NFC takes over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Now first down, throw complete downfield. And touchdown! Deebo Samuel, an 80-yard touchdown. And the NFC adds on to their lead. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want long-distance plays, whether long-distance runs, long-distance passes. It doesn't matter. In the Pro Bowl, big plays are what we're all looking for.
Gostkowski for the point after. Now 24. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
Stephen Gostkowski set to kick off.
Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. Return Phillips. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The AFC takes over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The AFC set to take over on offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the gun, Mayfield. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, You're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 15 yards through the air on a first down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. He's at the 40. 20. 10. And he's going to bring this one back for an NFC touchdown.
Situation. You know, we talk about these defensive backs during the season that they're educated gamblers. They take the education out of it. They just go for the football here. Hey, try and make a big play, and if you get one, you really look terrific in this game.
The point after try for Gostkowski. And the route is on here in this first half. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Gostkowski set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. On the return, Phillips. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
It's over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. In 2nd quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. That's into the hands of Pascal. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the NFC's 9-yard line.
Second and 3 from the 9. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. 3 yards remain for 2nd down. Here's Mayfield. This will be called just inside the 10. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their 2nd, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Brandon Graham. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Now Mayfield lost the football, and it's scooped up by the NFC. He's at the 50, the 40, past the 20, 10, 5, and he will take this back. A fumble return for an NFC touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Extra point try for Gostkowski. Been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown.
Stephen Gostkowski set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. On the return, Phillips. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense for the AFC set to go now.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 23-yard line.
Coming out as they line up to kneel on it. So we have come upon halftime of this Pro Bowl with the NFC on top of the AFC. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half?
Stephen Gostkowski set to kick off.
The AFC going to get the ball first as we are back underway on EA Sports. On the return, Phillips. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26.
Takes over 1st and 10. At their own.
The AFC offense now set to start this third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Mixon. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their own little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Mixon. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Pass incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. The 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he'll get about 5 here, so he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. The coverage good that time by the NFC defense brings up 4th down. Badgley's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
38. Visitors 3.
I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag? You just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Now the NFC heading out for their first drive of the 2nd half. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1 play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. A nice gain of 21 yards.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there, because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They pick up 11 in addition to moving the chains.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to them, and it's paying off.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
LaMarcus Joyner there defensively.
Caught on the right side by Adams. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a 1st down. Here's Mostert. And he is in. Touchdown NFC. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the NFC just continuing to pour it on. He's got the hat trick. 3 touchdowns now.
Did you throw yours?
I didn't have mine. You've got yours. You've got one of those Abe Lincoln hats.
Yeah, and that stovepipe is going right out there for him. A nose for the end zone. 3rd time today. I think he deserves a tip of the cap.
And his kick is right through. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Stephen Gostkowski set to kick off.
Gostkowski now out to kick it away. On the return, Phillips. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
AFC takes over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard.
Back out is the AFC offense. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the 4th quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them and not to live with them for the rest of the year.
Intended for Joe Mixon. Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Mayfield. Now Mayfield lost the football. Uses the stiff arm.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Mayfield to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they scoop obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
Set to kick off.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. On the return, Phillips. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
AFC takes over 1st and 10.
The AFC offense making their way back out. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there, but it's going to be 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw, Mayfield. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mayfield looks to throw. And he's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Mayfield now from the 50. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and it's scooped up by the NFC. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will take this back. A fumble return for an NFC touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Gostkowski for the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown.
Gostkowski set to kick off.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. On the return, Phillips. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The AFC takes over 1st and 10.
Out comes the NFC defense once again. And they had the fumble return for a touchdown, and boom, they're right back out there again.
And you hear so many people talk about opportunistic defenses in today's football. Well, they make their own breaks because they work at it all the time. We've been at the practices, the drills where they're trying to strip the football, the takeaways. They're always working on it, and it paid off for them on the last possession.
Paid off. Now can they do it again? Mayfield on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. On first and 10, it's Mostert. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 yards there and a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And he's got it. And he's brought down. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
And goal to go.
So it's the NFC with the football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll run with Mostert, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification, that's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. Like you said, 3 rushing touchdowns, and of course throw it to him where he's caught one as well.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert.
Sets the kickoff.
Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. On the return, Phillips. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
On the return, the AFC takes over 1st and 10.
The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
3rd and short yardage. Mayfield, he's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. He finds his running back, Mixon. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Joe Mixon there out of the backfield. And it's third down.
Brings up third down and 6 yards.
And again, it's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. That was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Makes the score. Our home team 66. Visitors 6.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The NFC offense heading back onto the field. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Raheem Mostert, the ball carrier. He was brought down by Corey Miller.
So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement, some big plays to watch, a lot of those great matchups that we don't get to see during the regular season because sometimes teams don't play against each other. And, oh, by the way, no one got hurt. There's the win for everyone. I think the fans enjoyed this one.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.